Right now at 10, the man accused in last night's fatal stabbing makes his initial appearance in court. He claims he was defending himself.
And $1 million. That is the cash bond set for a man accused of killing his former girlfriend while she was pregnant.
Plus, an overhaul to the state's liquor laws. Governor Evers signing a bill changing how certain venues that sell liquor will operate.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown.
We will get to all those stories in just a second, but first, don't necessarily call it a heat wave, but we are approaching some record temperatures later this week. Let's get the latest.
It depends on what you define as a heat wave and where you come from. So, of course, some would say it. But yeah, we are the warm-up begin, because tomorrow we're definitely going to see the 50 degrees temperature. Even right now, if you look outside big region-wide, we're still holding in the 30s to near 40, especially out to the west. You can see 47 still in Dodge City, so it's quite mild. Even locally, we're above freezing in a lot of locations, even a few 40s almost out there too. So it's going to be a mild night compared to what we've used to. Big picture shows the storm track is well to the north now, and that storm out to the west is beginning to pull all that warm air northward. So that's what we're really going to be dealing with, other than just a few passing clouds overhead. As you wake up, it's going to be fairly mild, upper 20s. We're going to climb quickly up to the mid 40s Eau Claire by the time we get to noon. Same story for La Crosse, only getting down to about freezing, and then we'll be mid 40s and obviously climbing all the way to the low 50s as we go this afternoon. So once again, you can ditch the winter gear because we're probably not going to need it for a couple days. But there's always a but. We're going to have some rain or snow potentially coming this week, and I'll break down if we got any impacts from that and the cooler temperatures that will follow.
All right, looking ahead to that. Thank you, Greg. A La Crosse man is in custody tonight, accused of stabbing someone to death. 50-year-old Bryant Smith was arrested after police say he stabbed a victim on South 6th Street last night. Police say they found the victim with multiple stab wounds around 9:30 p.m., and the victim later died. Smith appeared in court earlier today. He's claiming the stabbing was in self-defense. A judge setting his cash bond for $500,000, something Smith strongly disagreed with.
I didn't kill him. I protected myself. He was trying to murder me in my own home.
In the meantime, I am going to impose a cash bond.
Judge Doyle ordering Smith to a GPS monitoring device and to have no alcohol. Police believe that stabbing was an isolated incident. Smith facing charges of first-degree intentional homicide.
Bond is set for a Wisconsin man accused of killing his former partner while she was pregnant. A Chippewa County judge has set a $1 million cash bond for 26-year-old Jose Dominguez Garcia. Dominguez Garcia is accused of killing his former girlfriend in 2020 while she was pregnant with another man's baby. A warrant for his arrest was issued in December 2021. He was arrested in Missouri on Thanksgiving and was brought back to Wisconsin shortly after. Dominguez Garcia will be back in court for a preliminary hearing.
The man accused of a La Crosse drive-by shooting is competent to stand trial. That's according to an evaluation submitted in La Crosse County Court. DeAndrew Grant had previously claimed mental incompetence for charges related to a June drive-by shooting near Polito's Pizza. The last two competency exams had been inconclusive. The judge saying Grant can argue this latest exam result in a hearing next Wednesday. Grant, meanwhile, charged with 29 felonies, including 6 counts of attempted first-degree intentional homicide.
5 people are injured after a bus accident in Chippewa County. According to the Chippewa Falls School Superintendent, a bus carrying students from Jim Falls Elementary School was involved in an accident Tuesday afternoon in the town of Anson. The bus driver and 2 students were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The cause of the accident is still under investigation.
A former Tomah VA doctor accused of misdiagnosing patients remains a major focus for Tomah VA leadership.
The VA hosted a quarterly town hall meeting tonight for the first time since the pandemic. The item at the top of the agenda is helping veterans who may have been misdiagnosed. Former VA Dr. Mary Jo Lanska was fired this year after being accused of misdiagnosing over 600 veterans. The medical center is now sending a letter to anyone who may have been one of those veterans.
One thing that I want to point out, if you receive that letter, you have a year from the date of that letter to reach out to VBA to schedule an exam.
Nationally, the goal is for 5 million veterans to undergo neurological screenings by 2025. The total currently sits at just over 4.8 million. The Toma VA says it's at almost 20,000 veteran screenings.
10 Wisconsin Republicans who posed as fake electors for former President Trump are settling their civil lawsuit. Under the agreement, the group acknowledges that Joe Biden won the state in 2020, and they withdraw paperwork that they filed that claimed Trump had won. It's the first time that any fake electors in the nation have revoked their filings saying Trump won. The fake electors also agree to not serve as presidential electors in 2024 or in any other election where Trump is on the ballot. Bill Feehan, the former chair of the La Crosse County Republican Party, is one of those 10 electors.
A Dane County judge issued a ruling striking down Wisconsin's abortion ban. The judge ruled the 1849 law does not ban consensual abortion procedures in the state. In a tentative order the judge issued back in July, she indicated that the ban only prohibits someone from attacking a woman in attempt to kill her unborn child. Planned Parenthood previously resumed abortions in both Madison and Milwaukee back in September while waiting for the judge's ruling.
We're still really thrilled to have this resolved at least in Dane County Circuit Court, and are hopeful that the court's decision really instills maybe some confidence in other healthcare providers and systems around the state, and offers them the reassurance that abortion is not illegal in Wisconsin and that they can provide the full scope of reproductive health care.
A Republican prosecutor says he plans to appeal the court ruling. It's the first step toward the issue of abortion rights heading to the state Supreme Court.
Governor Tony Evers vetoing a bill today that would have outlawed gender-affirming care for minors. The veto was expected from the governor, who previously promised to strike down any proposals from the legislature he deems harmful to queer youth. The Republican-led legislature passed the bill in October. It would have banned surgeries, puberty blockers, and hormones for transgender youth. Supporters of the bill argue gender-affirming care is difficult to reverse and that medical opinions on that care could change in the future. This is one of several anti-transgender bills that the governor has vowed to block.
Wisconsin wedding barns face new regulations under a liquor law overhaul bill. Governor Tony Evers signed the bill into law today. The new law requires venues that sell or allow alcohol at special events known as wedding barns to either get a permit or alcohol license to operate legally. Currently, wedding barns and other private event venues don't need a liquor license to operate, and many contract with licensed vendors to provide alcohol at the events they host. Under the law, wedding barn owners could either get a permit that would allow them to host events 6 times a year or no more than once a month, or obtain a liquor license that would allow them to sell alcohol at as many events as they wish.
A Republican bill on child care looks to have Democratic support. A Rice Lake Republican has written a bill that gives tax incentives to Wisconsin businesses who address child care costs. A business could get up to $100,000 in credits if they either start their own child care programs or help their employees pay for child care. Onalaska Senator Brad Pfaff says he is heartened to see action like this after months of Democrats calling for child care subsidies. He says this is a good bill and a good start on a larger conversation.
There really is a strong public-private partnership when it comes to this issue. We need to make sure that there is the investments that are taking place, not just by the government, by the public sector, but also by the private sector.
Now, Pfaff says there still needs to be work to help recruit people into the child care industry with better pay. The state is currently using federal emergency money to subsidize existing child care programs.
Still ahead, 3 are dead in the fatal shooting at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Authorities say the shooter was at a building that houses the college's business school.
Escape the chaos of everyday life and experience true relaxation and improved health at Revive Wellness Spa. Unlike any spa in the area, Revive Wellness Spa is your first choice for self-care. Our services include red light therapy, meditation pod, an infrared sauna, a float tank, and so much more. Call or book online today and receive up to 60% off your first service. Don't forget to ask about our detox specials.
Introducing Ultimate Precision LLC, your trusted partner for precision craftsmanship. From interior to exterior, our expert painters bring life to your vision with impeccable precision. Our masonry and building restoration team breathes new life into the old, preserving history for generations to come. We're the masters of tuck pointing, securing your structure's integrity one brick at a time. Ultimate Precision LLC, where craftsmanship meets perfection. We're here to deliver the ultimate precision.
My doctor says I need an MRI. But where do I go? They're so expensive.
Sensible MRI costs a few hundred, not thousands. You could fill your fridge for a year with what you save. We can get you in the next day. Think of what you could do with the time you'd save. What do you have to lose? At Sensible MRI, you choose the time, you save the money. And you rest easy having your doctor refer you to Sensible MRI.
Details about a shooting at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas are still coming in, but officials now say 3 people are dead and several are wounded.
The attack just before midday set off panic as police rushed to the scene while students and professors barricaded themselves inside classrooms and dorm rooms. CBS News correspondent Nicole Comstock has more from Las Vegas.
Police said there were multiple victims after a gunman opened fire in a deadly mass shooting at the University of Nevada in Las Vegas.
We have 1 patient right now. Supposedly we have more patients inside with an active shooter.
I didn't get really scared until we were sitting there quietly and I heard 3 gunshots. Pop, pop, pop. And I was like, oh my God.
Authorities said the suspect was killed by responding officers.
UNLV campus police responded to the scene and engaged the suspect immediately right outside of Beam Hall.
As the school went into lockdown, UNLV sent an urgent alert to the community, writing, "Run, hide, fight. This is not a test." This man says he and his sister attend the school, and she was on campus at the time of the shooting.
Her teacher just locked up the room, said they're not letting nobody out until they know, like, the suspects are, like, gone or whatever.
We had to close the door and barricade all the tables up, about 6 tables up, to make sure that the door wasn't coming out.
According to UNLV, the shooter was at a building that houses the business school, and police responded to a report of additional shots fired at the nearby student union.
What happened today is a heinous, unforgivable crime, but I want y'all to know something. It's a crime that we train for each and every day.
A federal law enforcement official says the FBI offered assistance in the ongoing investigation. Nicole Comstock, CBS News, Las Vegas.
Just over 6 years ago, Las Vegas suffered one of the worst deadly mass shootings in U.S. history at the Mandalay Bay Casino.
The war between Israel and Hamas show no signs of winding down. The Hamas-run health ministry says the Palestinian death toll has now surpassed 16,000. This comes as the U.S. is pledging millions more dollars of aid to Gaza. Israeli forces are pushing deeper into the heart of Gaza's second largest city, Khan Yunis, which is known as Hamas' stronghold. Military leaders say they're locked in the most intense fighting of the war so far. This as the U.S. has pledged an additional $21 million in humanitarian aid for the Palestinian territory, in part to help build a field hospital. A freed Israeli hostage has been reunited with her parents after spending over 50 days in Hamas captivity with her dog.
As much as I am happy to be back, we're still not done. Everybody needs to do their part to bring everybody back.
The UN says some 1.8 million people, or over 80% of the population, have already fled their homes. Many Palestinians fear they won't be allowed to return.
Still to come, new year, new money moves.
Even though taxes aren't due until April, experts say now is the time to start thinking about them.
And we have some warm temperatures for the final 2 days of the work week. In fact, maybe record warmth, but we do have some rain or snow coming this weekend. I'll track if that's going to have any impact to your travel plans this weekend, as well as how much cooler will be next week. All that coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Pilgrims in Arcadia is looking to add maintenance technicians and want you to apply. We offer you on-site training in our new state-of-the-art training center, flexibility with 4 different shifts, competitive pay, career advancement, and a hefty benefits program. Here's what our employees have to say.
I would encourage anybody looking for a job in maintenance to come to Pilgrims because we give them the opportunity to train and advance their careers through our program.
If you are looking for a good, stable, reliable job, Pilgrims is the place to work.
Apply in person at our recruiting office, Main Street, Arcadia.
Quartz takes a different approach to health insurance. We know every life well lived is a journey, and we're here to light the way at every step. That's why for 40 years we've been alongside the doctors and hospitals who know what their communities need, because they're a part of them, because we're a part of them. There's a fire burning in all of us. Let's ignite it together. Quartz. Find your spark.
No matter what type of severe asthma you have, Tespire can help you have fewer attacks and relieve your asthma symptoms. Tespire is an add-on treatment for people 12 and over. It is not a rescue medication. Don't take Tespire if you're allergic to it. Allergic reactions may occur and can be serious. Rash or eye allergy can happen. Don't stop your asthma treatments unless your doctor tells you to. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection or your asthma worsens. Sore throat, joint, and back pain may occur. Avoid live vaccines. No matter who you are, ask your asthma specialist about Tespire today.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
Attention seniors, be safe with your affordable tub-to-shower conversion or enjoy an all-new bathroom. Contact the Board Store Home Improvements today for a prompt free estimate. High quality at lower prices.
Taxes aren't due until April, but it's a good idea to start thinking about your return now.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger tells us why.
With just a few weeks to go before the end of 2023, it's time to make smart money moves right now. Start by using the IRS's withholding estimator to see if you had enough money set aside to pay your tax bill in April. If not, notify your payroll department to increase your withholding through the end of the year. If you're not working or self-employed, you may want to make an estimated tax payment to reduce or eliminate potential tax penalties. Consider maximizing your pre-tax retirement plan contributions before the end of the year. You'll reduce your tax bill and save for the future. And if your adjusted gross income is $36,500 or less, or $73,000 if married, your retirement contribution might qualify for the Savers Credit. It can be worth up to $2,000 for individuals and $4,000 for couples. Finally, some seniors need to think about required minimum distributions, or RMDs. If you are age 72 or older and have contributed to a pre-tax retirement account, like an IRA, the government requires that you take out a certain amount of money every year. Failure to do so may result in a 50% penalty on the amount you should have withdrawn. If you have multiple IRAs, you only need to take one RMD based on your age and the total value of the accounts. In New York, I'm CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
Who doesn't want to hear about taxes this time of year?
Not me.
Well, here's something you may want to hear about, a Thursday warm-up coming our way. Let's get the latest from Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart.
Well, it depends if you want the snow or the warmth. So if you want the warmth, this is certainly going to be a forecast that you're going to enjoy for the last Thursday and Friday. As you wake up tomorrow morning, all the way, we're going to see temperatures almost by 40 degrees, definitely mid-40s, even 50 by noon. In the afternoon, just some passing high clouds, but temperatures still holding steady in the 40s. And this time tomorrow night, we're still hitting the low to mid-40s. So it's going to be a mild stretch through even Thursday night into Friday morning too as we go through. So enjoy it because it won't last too long. Once we get to Friday, we're going to see a cold front that's going to begin to push towards the area. Once it sits over the area, we're going to see a system begin to ride along it right there to the south, and there's a system to the north. They're all both going to play a piece in what's going to go on this weekend regarding precipitation, because we are going to see something as you see it begin to spread up towards the area towards Friday, late Friday afternoon, Friday evening. Still a lot of question marks on what's going to go on with this, but if we track that low pretty much coming right up towards the center of the state, we're going to have that's going to push up into the area in a pass by the time we get to about early Sunday. Now, the path is a lot of question mark, but we do think we're going to see some light rain or light snow basically Friday night through early Sunday. Some snow accumulation. Right now it kind of favors more northern Wisconsin, but this could change depending on where this low tracks. And most of Sunday right now looks to be dry but cooler. So if we look at that, overall, once we look at the path, it does take a little bit of a difference. Here's kind of an idea. If this was more left of the track, we'll probably see a brief thing of rain, some wind, a shorter wet period. Now, if the low takes right through the center of the state, then we could have just basically a rain to snow event, longer wet period. And if it holds more towards Chicago, which some do keep it that far south, we would be on the north side, so then we'd have a short period of maybe some snow going into Friday night into Saturday, a little bit of wind, but not much in the way of precipitation total. So it really depends. You can see quite a big spread on the low as it pushes towards the northeast by the time we get to late Saturday into Sunday. So that's what we're kind of eyeing right now. Things could change right now, but I think we will see some precipitation through this period, but exactly how much is yet to be determined. So if you got travel plans, something to keep in mind of going into this time frame of Friday night through Saturday. And this kind of explains it right there, from rain to light snow or rain depending on location, and then a little bit of snow with some wind as we go into Sunday, along with cooler temperatures. So we'll try to fine-tune that as we get closer to the event, but for right now, it's still a lot of question marks. But for tonight and tomorrow, no problems right now. Upper 20s, low 30s, you wake up. Fairly mild conditions. Some areas may stay above freezing. Tomorrow, all 50s, even some mid-50s potentially. And once again, Eau Claire, if they hit 50, that would be a record high, because their old record would be 49. And those warm conditions will continue as we go through Friday. We'll probably get in the mid-50s, and then it gets a little bit more question of what goes on Friday night through Saturday regarding rain and or snow. So stay tuned in case we got any travel impacts on that. Otherwise, we cool down next week, but we're cooling back down to where we should be, which is low to mid-30s. So it's not that bad behind it, but definitely get out and enjoy the last, probably the last 2 days, maybe a 50s for this year.
All right. Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the T-Wolves are looking for their 5th straight win in a row, plus the UWL basketball team back at home tonight, eyeing their 2nd straight win. Rob is next.
We're celebrating 100 years of business here at Wesco and Sparta. 100 years of furniture, 100 years of appliances, 100 years of mattresses, 100 years of flooring and windows. We'd like to say thank you to our customers by giving up to 23% off everything in the store. Wesco and Sparta, where white glove delivery and setup are always free. Thank you from 1923 to 2023, and tell them Peyton sent you.
Do you know where your money's going? Ultra's online and mobile banking gives you instant access to your accounts and makes managing your finances easy. Halfway around the world or at your local neighborhood shop, no need to visit a branch to deposit checks, transfer money, or open new accounts. All of those and more are available right at your fingertips. Check your spending, make loan payments, and send money to your friends and family. Convenient banking that gives you control of your finances. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
Holiday Inn Express in Onalaska is your corporate headquarters for all business or personal travel in the Coulee region. Conveniently located within walking distance of 6 restaurants, retail locations, and 3 grocery stores. We are at the hub of your corporate visit. With hot breakfast served daily, meeting rooms for corporate presentations, and a state-of-the-art workout facility. We have everything you need for your next business trip.
Cracks in brick, cracks in block? Call American Waterworks. Leaning or bowing basement walls? Call American Waterworks. Sticking windows or doors? Call American Waterworks. Settling or sinking foundation? That's right. Call American Waterworks. It's a fact. Foundation problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call American Waterworks. Call American Waterworks today.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
The UWL basketball team dropped a heartbreaker at home last Wednesday night, but the Eagles split their 2 games over the weekend on the road. They're 4-4 so far on the year. They were back home tonight looking for their 5th win of the season. Let's go to Mitchell Hall. Eagles hosting Luther College. Another hot start for the home team. First half, Eagles up 13. The Toma grad Dustin DeRusso puts in 2 of his 11 on the night. It's a 15-point game. Then later in the half, Jake Gross is going to spot up in the corner. The senior splashes home the triple. Eagles flying away with this one. And how about Austin Westra? He's going to bank one off the window right here. Lead up to 17. It's 35-18 La Crosse. Nobody was hotter tonight than Sam Grieger, the freshman, feeling it. Nice drive and score. Eagles in control at this point. Norris go on a bit of a run, though. Less than a minute to go in the half. Off the steal, that's Aiden Bailey taking it all the way to the cup. Luther cuts the deficit down to 10, but on the other end, Grieger could not be stopped. He swishes home the jumper. Eagles take a 12-point lead into the break. Second half, more of the same. Westra going back to the glass. He banks home 2 of his 15 on the night. Lead back up to 14, and watch Grieger go to work. The freshman getting fancy. Crossover, free throw line. Jay is pure. Eagles not taking their foot off the gas. This play a perfect indication of that. Look at the effort from J.J. Pater. Puts it back up and in. La Crosse up 16, and have yourself a night. Sam Grieger, the freshman, finishing with 15 points on the night. Eagles win their 2nd game in a row as they soar past Luther, 82-51. As for Wisconsin, how about the Badgers? Another big-time win for them. Their 6th in a row. This one coming on the road in East Lansing Tuesday night. Wisconsin cracking the top 25 this week. They're at number 23 in the latest AP poll. The boys in red were red hot, most notably sophomore standout A.J. Storr, the first-year Badger, making the most of his time in Madison, and the results continuing in last night's victory. Storr leading the Badgers with a game-high 22 points on the night. Another big-time game from him. And after the game, head coach Greg Gard talked about what Storr has meant to this squad so far.
He's bought in 100%. He's been awesome to coach, and obviously he has a feel for the game that he's just a player, and get the ball to go in. He can do a lot of things that you can't coach.
Badgers get a much-deserved break over the next few days before they take on top-ranked Arizona this coming Saturday. Timberwolves at home looking for their 5th straight win, taking on San Antonio. Spurs have lost 14 straight. They were keeping it close in the 3rd, but the Wolves getting wild. Kyle Anderson with the flush puts Minnesota up by 3. Then later in the 3rd, Wolves up 5 until Naz Reid takes his frustration out on the rim. Minnesota goes up 7. And how about Rudy Gobert, the big man, having himself a year so far. 16 points, 20 rebounds, 2 blocks. There's one of them. Wolves starting to pull away now. Anthony Edwards getting the crowd on its feet. Ant-Man flying in out of nowhere for the slam. Wolves win their 5th straight, 102-94. All right, last but not least, longtime Packers kicker Mason Crosby back in the NFL. The 39-year-old being signed by the Rams today. Will join the team's practice squad, but LA does plan on moving Crosby up to the active roster in the near future. Crosby spent his first 16 seasons in Green Bay, part of the Packers Super Bowl winning team back in 2011. He's still the Packers all-time points leader with 1,918 of them. So
it'd be like Jose Altuve leaving your Houston Astros.
Oh, okay, I get
going
it.
to
going where?
Like the Oakland Athletics, or I guess the Vegas Athletics in the near future. So bittersweet. Nice to see him still get a little bit more time in the NFL,
Absolutely. Real quick, are you excited about the Bucks in-season tournament going on in Vegas tomorrow? Semifinals?
Seems like Giannis is just treating it like a normal day on a road trip.
I think he's playing around. I mean, I think he knew that there was obviously money involved.
Sure. He was playing coy the other night.
Yeah, a little bit. But I'm excited. It's going to be fun and good competition too. I hope it's Bucks Lakers. That's what I think everyone wants to see.
That would be fantastic.
So we'll see.
All right, Rob. Thanks very much.
All right. Well, we'll be right back after this.
For residential, commercial, or high-speed doors, come to La Crosse Glass and Overhead Doors. We carry a variety of CHI door styles designed to fit your vision. Get your free quote today.
For over 30 years, Habitat for Humanity of the Greater La Crosse region has brought people together to provide affordable housing opportunities and create a community where all feel they belong. Our Team Habitat experts can help find a path to home ownership, build homes, make critical repairs, renew the environment, and reuse furniture, building materials, and more at the Restore. Find out what Team Habitat can do for you. Visit habitatlacrosse.org.
Cedar Creek now offers TrackMan golf simulators, so real you'll think you're there. TrackMan uses Doppler radar to improve your game shot after shot and lower your score. Golf, some of the most iconic courses in the world. Sign up today. Winter leagues start in January. Tee times booked online only. The season continues.
It's a robotic money expert.
Clever. How do I start a savings habit?
Famous cabbage.
Savings habit.
Shaving rabbits.
Tech can make life simpler, but when it comes to savings habits, nothing's as simple as BMO. A BMO savings account helps you build the habit with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward. Ingenious.
Sardine fest.
This year's top prize goes to BMO.
I'm just in it for the saving, but it's nice to be recognized.
BMO.
The gift of relaxation and pampering is the perfect gift to give this holiday season. It is the Sue Colby's experience, the gift your special someone is really hoping for, and the gift she really deserves. Order your gift cards online today at SueColby's.com or pick them up at Sue Colby's Salon and Day Spa, because she deserves the very best.
For residential, commercial, or high-speed doors, come to Lacrosse Glass and Overhead Doors. We carry a variety of CHI door styles designed to fit your vision. Get your free quote today.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
This sounds good. A life-size chocolate statue of Willy Wonka was unveiled today in London.
The 220-pound treat was created to mark the release of the new movie called Wonka. An artist worked with a team of model makers for over 5 weeks to produce the life-size chocolate statue.
They used almost 25 gallons of melted chocolate, which is about the amount of 1,000 chocolate bars.
And if you're hoping for a taste of the result, the sculpture has unfortunately already been moved. And while the final location for the Chalamet-shaped sculpture is under discussion, any thought of melting down or eating the artwork has been firmly taken off the table.
Wonka, starring Timothée Chalamet, is set to release on December 15th.
All right. We're going to have one more check of that potential heat wave tomorrow, courtesy of Greg, right after this.
Stories are told on our Instagram at WKBT News 8. Or you can always find us at news8000.com.
Toyotathon is on. Time to make the holidays picture perfect with a new Toyota. We're going to need a bigger tree.
Get 3.99% APR plus $1,000 cash back on Tacoma when you finance through Toyota Financial Services. Toyota, let's go places.
Hunting for rustic this season? Set your sights on Western Wisconsin's premier cabin store. Browse real wood selections of aspen, hickory, barnwood, and specialties like walnut and maple burl. Shop dining sets, bars, coffee tables, end tables, and one-of-a-kind epoxy pieces. Accessorize with a huge selection of rugs and lamps. Customize cabin upholstery from Bestcraft and rockers, chairs, and easy sofas. Visit our bed shed and outfit your cabin with sets in king, queen, full, and twin. Case pieces and bunk beds to match. Family and veteran owned, Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburger's cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day.
All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners. Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Save big money on your next painting project now at Menards. Pittsburgh Grand Distinction Interior Paint is a premium paint and primer with excellent durability and comes in over 700 one-coat colors. A gallon is $34.87 after $5 mail-in rebate. Add a pop of color to your home with Paramount Interior Paint. It provides the most advanced protection and true one-coat coverage. A gallon of Paramount Flat Interior Paint is only $44.98. Plus, a Menards gift card is always a great gift idea.
Hi folks, Harvey Wood of Wood Sales and Service here. American-made Landmaster UTVs are built from the ground up in Columbia City, Indiana. The Landmaster team takes pride in their work from start to finish, starting with raw steel made in the USA. Then they fabricate, bend, weld, powder coat, assemble, and test every UTV. Landmaster provides their customers with the toughest, most versatile UTV made. Check out our large selection of Landmaster UTVs at Wood Sales and Service, Black River Falls. Family owned and operated for 55 years. WoodSalesService.com.
Toyotathon is on! Make your holidays a little more magical with a new Toyota. Come in today.
Get $1,000 cash back on your favorite models when you finance through Toyota Financial Services. Toyota, let's go places.
All right, 50s for the next couple days. Then we're going to keep an eye on Friday night through about Saturday. There's still a lot of question marks and exactly rain, snow, and how much and how long. Update on that. Otherwise, a little cooler next week, but enjoy the 50s.
All right. Thanks for joining us tonight at 10.
Have a good night, everyone.